Mr. Truck here in Scottsdale, Arizona, and GM brought me here to drive the new 2.7 and the new Bison. And I'm here with Mark. Mark's the guy who sells the aftermarket or designs or helps promote the aftermarket equipment for the ZR2, the Colorado. Relay, you can buy the parts used on Hall Racing ZR2. Put all that on the Bison too.
That's right.
So that is cool, and you guys do. You sponsor a racer, and he's want to test your products. And I know you had a hard time getting shocks, and so you went with a company that only made them for Formula One, but they like you, so that works out really well. But tell me about some of this stuff. I mean, this is cool. I mean, I talk about the contrast between you and like a Jeep Wrangler. I see those out in the trails of Colorado all the time, and they're jumping hills and doing all this stuff, and they buy all kinds of stuff on their truck. Well, now they can do the same thing for a ZR2. They can go out there and soup them up, make it a better rock crawler, make it do all these things better, and they can come to your performance stores and buy this, and they can buy several levels of products, so they can go crazy or they can just go modified. So tell me about it.
Yeah, so essentially, the ZR2 is already a capable vehicle, but one of the things with the locking axles and the DSSV dampers, it does good rock crawling and it also does good desert running. But we knew some of our customers are going to want to go out and run hard in the desert. So we entered into this project with Chad Hall Racing, where we developed a set of hardware. And unlike our normal accessories, where they're designed, engineered, tested, and backed by Chevrolet, where we validate those in our own proving grounds and our own internal validation test, this time the validation was purely racing. We ran on his truck 10,000 miles in the desert. The actual proving grounds and validation test was Chad Hall. And it's a cool thing too, first time for Chevrolet, you can buy the exact parts and the exact design that Chad Hall ran on his truck. So all these parts, there's no difference. And it's all the way down to the shock absorbers, the tuning, that tuning was actually Chad's thumbprint on performance. So you can put these on your truck, add a roll cage, fuel cell, some safety equipment, and go racing.
Wow, that is cool. And then there's so many things you can do. You've added a higher lift, and then you've got the part for the engine performance, the cold air intake, and the different exhaust, and different tips for the diesel. So you've got a range of what you can buy, and you can buy it, I'm sure, in steps. Right. But this is so cool, and it's I think we'll see a lot more of these ZR2s up in the high country in the rocks, climbing and jumping and doing all that fun stuff. I mean, this directly competes with the Raptor, and it's making good jumping crazy stuff. So now we can take one of these and just see how wild we can get. And I can still drive it to work on Monday, maybe.
That's the key too. And I think one of the things we really wanted to do is make this stuff bolt-on. Like the Challenge shock absorbers, just absolute amazing level capability in the vehicle. But we actually bolt it and glove it around the frame so that somebody doesn't have to get a welder out and start welding on their truck. But everything we went with the mindset of two things. One, upgradability. We can grow with the customer. Maybe I do the front suspension extended travel, the high angle ball joint. Maybe I do the plunging half shafts. Maybe I do the steel prop shaft. And as I get more money, I can build more and more and more until you end up with the whole package.
Oh, that's cool. I like the idea. You got a steel drive shaft you can replace the aluminum drive shaft with. There's no skids plate on that yet. And you can do things on the rear differential to add like a third stabilizer to keep the pinion angle straight. Right. And you've got frame stiffeners. You've got just about everything, which is really cool. Well, that sounds like a lot of fun. This could be my future toy.
Yeah, and then it all works with your Bison too. So that's a nice thing. So hey, overlanders, and that's a growing segment. And we think that they're really going to be interested in this hardware because it's race proven. Right. So you want to get out in the middle of nowhere, you don't want something to fail. So I mean, having 10,000 miles of a guy like Chad Hall pounding on it, that's kind of what we would call a thumbprint of performance that we really are proud of.
Oh, that'd be fun. That'd be fun to copy the big racers. That would be awesome. Well, thanks, Mark.
Thanks.
This is cool.
Tons of pickup truck questions, right?
Right. Where do we go for the answers?
We go to the Truck Nuts book.
Because we're truck nuts. And we wrote the book, Truck Nuts. We're nuts about truck, the ultimate guide to buying a truck, or to looking at a truck, or judging a truck. You know, whether it's diesel versus gas, new versus used, what your teenagers should learn about trucks, all that. You do all kinds of cool tests.
Yeah, we do a lot of testing. We do the iGauntlet, world's toughest towing test, up the mountain and down the mountain. We do MPG testing on the highway, loaded with trailers.
Yeah.
We do off-road testing. A lot of that data is in this book as well, and it's a one-stop shop for truck information.
That's true. We test trucks, maximum capacity, up to the biggest grades you can do on the interstate.
Yep.
So we really put them to the test. And, you know, you can get all the facts you can't find anywhere else. We do MPG tests, which you can't find on any sticker anywhere. So, you know, all that stuff that you can't find is in the book.
And you can find the book at trucknutsbook.com. There are links to Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and all the other bookstores as well.
So read about your truck nuts.